Don't strain yourself, you will fix it. But can you actually open the locked container? Hello? Yes, you could. Oh, Swifty's order book. Now that is something. Logbook updated. Mm-hmm. Brewery competent continent. Content. Swifty tried to kidnap our companion when they went to his office for an audition. Looks like Swifty's actually a slaver, and we've got the evidence to prove it. Better tell Veronica. Sweet. Took a little bit of work, but we found Swifty's order book. We went back here to his quote-unquote office. Welcome back to Wasteland 2. Now, we have the orders, or the evidence. His order book, which was in... Ooh. Well, that's a plasma. That's a blunt weapon that can attack diagonally. Oh, that's gonna be so good for Chisel if we ever get to use him. Also, that weighs a ton. Not a ton. Literally, but, you know. It weighs enough. Now let's see. Swifty's order book. This order book offers some circumstantial evidence. That's not good. Circumstantial evidence is as good as no evidence. That Duke Schweig works with the slavers. It has orders for redheads, blondes, boys, girls, etc. and also notes. DS says, good crop of blondes today. Enough to fill Watts' order. Who's Watts? And who is DS? Duke Schweig is DS, probably. Watts? I feel like we have heard the... Hello? Why are you just standing there, people? You weren't here when I went down. Lizzie, Mizzy, and... Chris? Aw. Why couldn't you have been called Chrissy? That would have been so nice. Lizzie, Mizzy, Chrissy. Oh, anyway, we are going straight back to Heidi's Hollywood hideaway. Where am I? There we go. I get a little bit confused about the camera angle sometimes. So straight back to Mistress Veronica. Hopefully we'll get someone to tell us where the Bastion of Faith is actually located. I still think it's the big building on the Hollywood slope. But since no one has specifically told me that this is the Bastion of Faith, I can't go there. That's a shame. Okay.
Oh dear, this isn't the place for me. I'd like to wait outside.
Request denied. You're coming with us, Rose. Don't be such a prude. Sex is natural. And this is basically the oldest profession in the world, or so they say. Is that actually the oldest profession in the world? I would like to say that the oldest profession in the world is actually gathering food. Because without food, you won't have the energy for some boink, boink, boinking. So, maybe the third most oldest profession in the world? Food, water, boinking? Anywho, Mrs. Veronica, we have your stuff. Have you found proof of slavery yet? We sure have. Let me see it. Ah, yes, this is perfect. Now, please, take this to Heidi. Show it to her. She'll have to listen now. Sure, I'll take it to Heidi, and she's probably gonna blow us off, and we still haven't done...
She may dress like a harlot, but she's got some sense.
Yeah, just because you dress like a harlot doesn't mean you are a harlot. Let people dress however the hell they want, as long as it doesn't injure you or break any laws. We haven't done this yet. We haven't been able to... Maybe, now that we have helped her, maybe we need to talk to Heidi first. Because she said... I'm probably paraphrasing here. That she wasn't comfortable telling us anything about herself because she didn't know us. No, we haven't. Okay. Please show the evidence, the safety. Okay, so if we help you...
armored in leather, but it hasn't shield, bulwark, battlement protected her heart.
Yes. She's kept her kind and soft heart protected from all the outside influence of the harlotry. I guess. Also just the general unsavoriness of current day Hollywood. Heidi?
Have you spoken to Veronica? learned anything interesting?
No.
I'm disappointed in you. Please attend to Veronica quickly.
Oh, no, here, Missy. Listen to me. I don't really care if you are disappointed in me. What you think about me, I couldn't really care less, he says, walking around asking everyone what they think of the Desert Rangers. But really, I couldn't give any shits. Do you see this pompadour I'm sporting? Does it look like I care what you think of me? I look ridiculous, and I love it. Now, what do you know about slavery here in Hollywood?
There is no slavery in Hollywood. Every one of my entertainers is here of their own free will. And it is the same for the boys and girls who work at the Chinese casino. I have never coerced anyone, or asked anyone to do anything against their will. And I never will. They do what they love, and they love what they do.
And just because you haven't done it personally doesn't mean it hasn't happened, and it has happened. We've seen it for ourselves, and we have the evidence for it. We went down there and to Swifty's office. He tried to capture us. We killed him and set his captives free. And I'm sure that you are coercive and manipulative enough to talk people into doing this and convince them that they love what they're doing, even though they might not love what they're doing. I mean, some people probably do here, and I'm betting that just as there are some people who actually do enjoy what they're doing, there are some people who don't enjoy what they're doing. So, yeah. I think you only see what you want to see, and you only believe what you want to believe.
I have heard those rumors, but I had the HSP investigate, and they came up with nothing. The girls and boys who supposedly disappeared, well, some went back home. Some got jobs in other towns. Some wandered off as wanderers do. The stories of slavers prowling schwags are just stories, possibly put about by jealous competitors to try and keep people from eating there. There's no truth to them.
Oh, she is so in on it. She is so corrupt and so... She has her freaking arm in the pie. She doesn't even have fingers in the pie. She has the arm up to her freaking elbow down in this sweet American apple pie. Yeah, the HSP investigated. HSP is, they are worthless. We saw that with the High Ground drugstore. They asked for help. They didn't get anything. After days, and then we went in and we found this sweet puppy, having killed all the roaches, and we're now trying to find a home for said puppy. Hopefully before we go to the Bastion of Faith. We're gonna have to do something about you, Heidi. What do you know about Manny's Chinese casino?
Oh, you'll love the Chinese casino. It doesn't offer everything we offer, but well, you have to get out of bed sometime, don't you? So, why not take in a show or thrill to the excitement of high-stakes gambling? The Chinese is the classiest entertainment establishment on this coast, and is run by the classiest gentleman, my dear friend, Manny Wong.
What makes a Chinese casino different from any other casino? I think I asked this before. I guess we'll have to go there and find out, which we're going to do after we're done here in the hideaway. Going straight north to the casino, then we're going east from there, or maybe we'll look around the rest of Hollywood, but we are going east, see if we can't get into Hotel California. Then, if we still haven't found a way, or even if we have found a way into the Bastion of Faith, we are going to visit Los Feliz. Because that's out there on the eastern gates. We have a lot of things to do today. Let's get to it. What do you know about Manny Wong?
A tough customer, but the kindest, most honest man in Hollywood. A true gentleman who has created the greatest entertainment destination on the West Coast.
I am not willing to take you at your word. In fact, everything you say, I kinda wanna assume the complete inverse. We found evidence of slavery in Hollywood. let's see how she reacts to this. This is gonna tell us a lot about her.
This is very serious, and I thank you for bringing it to my attention. I will have the HSP look into this immediately. But please, do nothing on your own. This must be handled internally with a minimum of fuss. Hollywood's reputation cannot be compromised.
And there it is. She cares more about the reputation of Hollywood than the safety of its inhabitants. And she's gonna send HSP on it, the same HSP that didn't find anything, even though Swifty basically went to everyone he thought was hot and sexy and he could sell into slavery, and just told them that, hey, my office is right over here, why don't you come by? And then he tried to take him. So yeah. We have already done something on our own. We kinda had to. I do want to go back to Duke Schweig's and just go in and talk to the Duke. Maybe we need to talk to the Duke first to find a way into Hotel California, because he, as far as I can remember, he was involved in the whole drug deal thing over there. The salt.
Come back when you're looking for some entertainment,
She seems
Rangers.
so warm and sweet, but I think it might be a steel trap velvet glove stiletto act.
Yeah, it is. She has a cold heart. A very cold heart. Warm demeanor, but cold heart. Well now, Mistress Veronica, we have spoken to Heidi. Have you shown Heidi the evidence of slavery? We sure have. And she said she'd have the HSP take care of it? Yeah, that should be cause for worry. I know where that's going. Nowhere. Well, at least you tried. Thank you, Rangers. Wait, Rangers, listen. You asked before if you could help me with any personal matters, and I was reluctant. But after this, I find that I trust you now, so there is one thing if you're still interested. We sure are. We're interested. Thank you. It's a little bit embarrassing for a woman in my position, but I have fallen in love, and worse, in love with a customer. I call him the Broken Man. He comes here to be beaten for his sins, he says, and they must be terrible, for I have sometimes nearly killed him. And still he feels it is not enough. I don't know his name, and I have never seen his face, for he wears a mask, but I love him, and I fear for him. He used to come once a week, but I haven't seen him in a month. I'm afraid that something's happened to him, or that I did something to offend him. I know that it's crazy to ask you to find a man whose face I can't describe, but if you meet a tall man, very thin, with a sad voice, can you ask him if he knows someone named Veronica? And if he does, can you ask him to come back to her? The other bit of information I have on the Broken Man is that he is not from Hollywood. Maybe Los Feliz, or I dread to think he could be from the Bastion. Oh, he's probably gonna be from the Bastion. I mean, yes, we're gonna help you. Oh, thank you. I know that it's a shot in the dark, but if you do find him, I'll be eternally grateful. Okay, is there anything else you know about the Broken Man? He's never removed his mask, so I can't really tell you much. He's tall and lean, and he moves with a practiced grace, yet so much weighs on his shoulders. I don't know what burdens him so. Until we meet again, Rangers.
Only belt I like comes out of a bottle.
Alright, Scotchmo. Sorry. So we are nuts. Read me, nuts. Going to tell Heidi about that. We're gonna find the Broken Man. She did say Los Feliz, which is where we are going, and at some point, we are now going over to Manny's casino. Manny's Chinese casino. I don't even know what currency they use in China. New deck on table 6, change the dice on number 3. Good evening, folks. How can I help you? That's a lot of people. Just man, woman. Okay, so if I wanted to get into the casino, where is this the casino? Is this all there is? Step right up. I wanted to talk to Manny. Is this the entire casino? Oh, and I thought these were shops. No. Woman, man. Hey, Manny Wong! Sorry, again. Welcome to the Chinese casino. I'm Manny Wong, owner, proprietor, and I run this place. Looks like you've come a long way, friends. Well, you've found the right place for rest and relaxation. Come in, sit a spell, or play a game of chance. The Chinese casino has the finest entertainment on the west. Just a moment, those badges. Are you, by any chance, officers of the law? Yes. Glad to hear it. It just so happens I'm in need of officers of the law. I don't suppose you could help me with a matter of some urgency. I would pay you for your assistance. I mean, let me hear it before I say anything, but yes. Excellent! We, recently had a little security problem. Not that we don't have excellent security, mind you. Grauman's boys are the best in the business, but, well, one night some guy started a fight at the poker table. But that was only a diversion, you see. While security were busy stopping the fight, a thief walked off with an entire table's worth of chips and managed to slip out of Hollywood before we noticed. Now, normally Grauman's boys would go after the con man and all would be well. But he's apparently holed up in an inn in Los Feliz, and that's God's militia territory. Anyone from Hollywood would be shot on sight. You, however, are lawmen, and the priests respect the law, as long as it isn't Hollywood law. What do you say? Can you get our chips back? As I said, we would pay you well. Unfortunately, we are rangers, and we're kind of at war with the God's militia. But we'll see. Who are these priests? A bunch of crackpot religious nuts who believe the apocalypse was the rapture, or something like that. Anyway, they think that everyone in the world is a sinner, and it's their job to kill us all. Some neighbors, eh? So what do you know about this Los Feliz? It's a tiny place south of Griffith Park. Oh. South of Griffith Park, you say? And Griffith Park is where they come from. Not much more than a couple of shops, but it's completely controlled by the God's militia. Lunatics who want to join the cult go there to try their hand at some barbaric initiation rites. I hear 4 out of every 5 who enter die in the testing. So what do you know about that rite? Don't know very much about it. Apparently it involves fighting all the way up the hill to the old observatory, which the priests call the Bastion of Faith. Can you tell me anything about that? The old observatory. The priests have turned it into some kind of fortress monastery. Impregnable, they say. Don't know why anyone would want to. Well, they gotta have somewhere to live out the rest of their lives. And try and change the world and stuff, I guess. Tell me about Griffith Park. It's a park. Enough said. So what do you know about this con man? He calls himself the King of Gamblers, which is a joke. He's never gambled in his life. He's a card cheat and a con man who tricks other people into fighting so that he can steal what he wants while they cause a distraction. We've had him on our watch list for years, but he's a master of disguise. Sometimes we miss him. So, what do you know about the chips? Outside of this casino, they are completely worthless. Inside, they're worth a fortune. We fear this villain means to have accomplices sneak back in and cash them out. I see. What do you know about Grauman? My head of security, pit boss, and all-around right-hand man. Not exactly chatty, but a man of his word. He makes sure all the games are straight and keeps us all safe. I would be nowhere without him. I see. Are there some deeper feelings there between you? Are you more than just employer and employee? Could you mayhap even be friends? Or maybe even more. Who knows? Who cares? No buffet and no bingo. So what can you pay for our services? Not that we're greedy, but since you're offering. Money is no object. You will be well rewarded. Which is basically saying nothing. Well rewarded could mean anything. He'll probably just pay us in chips or something that we have to use at the poker tables. So where can we see a show? I'm afraid our cabaret is closed for renovations at the moment, so all we can offer you are table games. So where can we play a game of chance then? Plenty of blackjack tables to choose from. No need to see a cashier. We play for bullets here. Okay, but what happened with the chips? Are you playing for bullets or are you playing for chips? Make up your goddamn mind. So tell us about your place. The Chinese casino is the finest entertainment destination on the West Coast, providing high-stakes gambling, high-quality stage shows, although those are closed down at the moment, and high-potency liquor. We are proud to have been voted most honest casino in California 6 years running by none other than the HCC itself. Shenanigans. And bullshit. Tell me about the Commerce Chamber. The HCC is the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce, of which I am a proud member. The HCC is dedicated to making Hollywood the safest, most tourist-friendly town in the USA. All the finest establishments on the boulevard are participating members. The Chinese Casino, Heidi's Hollywood Hideaway, Rambo's Gun Shop, and Schwag's Drugstore. What do you know about Rambo's Gun Shop? A harmless old fella. He likes to boast of his past glories, which I am inclined to find dubious at best. A quality collection of weapons, though. Nothing dubious there. He's made a fine addition to the HCC. And Schwag's. The best burgers and best girl and boy watching in town. Ever since the rumor got around that Schwag's was the place to be discovered, the most beautiful young men and women in the wastes have been flocking there, hoping to be seen. And if you go there now, they will be. And Heidi's? An intimate place to get intimate. If you are in need of comfort and companionship, Heidi's is just a short walk down the boulevard. The owner, Heidi, is a good friend and all class. I highly recommend paying her a visit. What do you do here? I am Manny Wong, your humble host. I own the Chinese Casino. Come again soon, Rangers.
Honest, open on the level nicer than I expected.
Could just be a front two legs, we never know. Shall we play some blackjack? Sure. Place your bet, we take all bullet types. A win pays 2 to 1. I'll use my worthless bullets then. You were dealt 10 and 5, your total is 15. Would you like to hit or stay? I hit. I go by the house rules. Hit on 16, stay on 17. Player hits, you busted, my total was 21. Of course it was. Would you like to play again? Sure. Of course your total was 21. I'll do some... that ammo. Ace and ace, your total is 12. Not 2? And I can't even split it? Okay. Ass rules. But sure, hit me. There hits, you were dealt jack, your new total is 12. Okay, good. Would you like to hit or stay? I'll hit. There hits, you were busted. My total is 21. Of course your fucking total is 21. This is... cheating. Assholes. What do we have up here? Yeah. Same as down here. No, that's what's the recruiter. There's just a kiosk up here. And this is the park. Should I go down to Schwags? I think I'll go down to Schwags. Again, maybe we can get in there. Maybe we can talk to Duke without him throwing a hissy fit and trying to kill us. And maybe through that we can somehow get into Hotel California. If we try and insinuate, or, well, it's not really insinuating, I do want to stop the salt trade.
Everybody here is so sexy, peacock painted, good looking.
Mm-hmm. Hello, Flo. I want to talk to Duke. Is that, can you help me with that? What can I get ya? We found Swifty's order book. Swifty? No, Swifty's order book. Dear says, good crop of blondes? Oh, hell. They gotta be talking about Duke, don't they? You know, I've actually wondered about this for a long time, but I didn't want to stir things up without being sure. Now I feel like a heel. How many kids have been taken because I didn't speak up? It's like they say, you know, the only thing that needs to happen for evil to win is for good people to do nothing. Something's gotta be done before another kid goes missing. Listen, I know I got no right to ask when I should have done something long ago, but, well, I'm a waitress and you're rangers. You know how to handle these things. Can you do something about Schwag? Put him out of business? Tell Heidi? Anything? We can, I guess. You take a load off my mind, Rangers. Thank you. Come back and let me know what you did. Well, we talked to Heidi. Found out anything more? No. Okay, you got plenty to keep me busy. Heidi's not gonna do anything, though. Do I want to cause a ruckus now, or do I want to wait a little? Maybe I want to do these things first. Find the broken man, find Manny's stuff, do those, and then I go and cause a commotion here, because I somehow get the feeling these guys are not going to be very kind when I break in. Because I am gonna have to break in. So we go to... Let's go to the park, yeah? Haven't been in the park yet. Went into Rambo's weapons, but not into the park. I have such a pitiful amount of scrap. Oh, okay. I kind of wanted the camera to stay here, but sure, we'll go up here. So what's hiding in the park? Anyone here wants to adopt a puppy? There's a toaster on the swing set. It's kind of weird. Before we do that, we're gonna get some field promotions. Yep, field promotions. Perfect. We're gonna go to Seth. Let's see, she has 5 skill points. She needs 1 more skill point. That's infuriating. But there's a 78% chance she'll actually do this without messing anything up. Toaster heating element. Tom Selleck star. Sure. Walk of Fame star. I saw that it said Tom Selleck on it. See? Tom Selleck. In faded gold lettering, the name Tom Selleck can be made out inside a granite star. Below the text, someone has spray painted, I Heart Magnum. Indeed, and I can use it? I'm not gonna do that. I don't even know what it does, but I can use it on myself? Strange. I mean, I should probably just give this to Lex and have Lex use this one, because he does have computer science. So... there we go. I'm tempted to use it, but I'm gonna keep it. Maybe we'll find someone who really loves Tom Selleck. Someone we can give it to. Oh, perfect. This goes out to the... okay, that's... it said converse. Can I talk to Matthias? Is that gonna be a two-way communication? Can I try and infuriate him a little bit? I mean, he can get to me, I can't get to him because of the whole southern radiation wall thing. I'm working on it. Need zeolite. We just don't know how much because we need to contact the Mercaptain.
Ranger, over here.
Matthias? Is it gonna be the first time we come face to face? Well, kind of. With Matthias.
Ranger.
Sorry.
Over here. Don't worry. This isn't a trap. I just want to talk to you. I want to see if we can come to some kind of understanding.
I mean, you haven't been straight up hostile against us, really? I mean, they have. As soon as the children of the Citadel found out that we were the Rangers, they attacked us in a different life. And we did kill your underlings in Baldwin Hills. I think it was Baldwin Hills. Because you tried to... you were the ones behind the whole fake Rangers killing people stuff. You tried to destroy the relationship between us and the Manorites. So, talk.
Thank you. Now, I know we've had our differences. You think I'm a despicable murderer.
Mm-hmm.
I think the same about you. And we both think our own murders are justified.
Mm.
But what if I was to tell you that it's all been a misunderstanding? That all along, we've both wanted the same thing.
I mean, that's kind of usually how it goes, isn't it? Each side in a conflict always believes that their point of view is the correct one and everyone else is wrong. Sometimes you can find small things to agree on with another side and you maybe form temporary alliances until you find a way to stab them in the back and come out on top, and you gotta keep a watchful eye out for being backstabbed yourself. But yeah, I don't think that's well, that is the thing here. Yes, we have our side, but I think that our side is objectively correct because you want to force everyone into synthesis against their will, more or less. And yeah, that's just objectively wrong, I feel. Even though I concede that that would make for a more peaceful world in the end. That is 100% correct. If everyone was part of... I'm just assuming here that they would be some part of some hive mind and controlled by Matthias. It would be more peaceful. That is 100% correct. It is still not a world I want to be part of. Because we would lose all our individuality, everything that makes us human. I mean, humans have already destroyed the world once, as we see. So, I don't know why I'm trying to argue on the side of humanity in Wasteland 2, but sure, here we are. I don't want to succumb to synthesis. I say, there's no misunderstanding. You're the enemy, and we're done here. Yeah, well, let's not shut down the talks immediately. Let's hear him out. Maybe we can... I guess spoilers for Fallout 1. So skip ahead a minute if you haven't played Fallout 1 and intend to play it. Your only warning. Maybe it's like the thing with the Master. You can learn that the mutants are basically sterile because the Master is behind all the mutant thing with the FEV virus. You can learn that that's essentially gonna make everything go extinct, and so you can convince the Master of that, and then he kind of blows himself up because of it. Maybe this will be a similar thing. You want the destruction of humanity. We want to save it. How can that be the same? I mean, he doesn't want the... Okay, yes, he does want the destruction of humanity. Well, not destruction, but evolution of humanity. Dugan wants the destruction of humanity. He wants to kill everyone. He just wants synthesis. He wants forced evolution down his evolutionary path. Well, that could, yes, still be seen as the destruction of one version of humanity. We would still be a humanity, just not this humanity. But sure. Let's see.
Who said I want the destruction of humanity? I want the transcendence of humanity. Look, we both want a better life. All we are arguing about is who has the best method. So let's compare. You want to give people a better life by catching criminals and imposing order. So let me ask you, is it working?
I mean... Sorry. If we go by just this, the thing you said here, catching criminals and imposing order, kind of. We are catching criminals. We're trying to impose order, but of course, people, you know, when they're desperate, and even sometimes when they're not desperate, they're gonna lash out and do criminal things to get the things they want, because some people just don't want to get them the honest way. So I do concede that we will not ever be able to impose perfect order without extreme totalitarianism, or hive mind. Yes, that is 100% correct, because humans, we are diverse enough, we'll always have a little spark of jealousy and want of things we don't have, and some people will always cross certain lines that other people aren't willing to cross to get what they want. Yes, indeed. So is it working? Seen from that point of view, it's not really working, is it?
Exactly. Is there still crime? Yes. Has any police force ever stopped all crime? No. Will any amount of enforcement ever stop all crime? No. And why? Because enforcement doesn't fight the root problem, which is human need. Transcendence will.
I mean, he is kind of correct. I just don't I just don't I'm not comfortable with the whole not having free will. Free will comes with good and evil. There can be no good without evil, and vice versa. So free will is a necessary evil to make us humans. Of course, we can the best we can hope for is limiting the amount of crime. How we do that is very... Let's just say that it's very hotly discussed, the best way to do that, and just leave it at that. Just don't touch that subject with any length pole of anything. No. Because I'm not a student of human behavior. I wouldn't know what works. I just know that there will always be crime. As long as we're not a hive mind. There will always be. Even if you are living in a completely authoritarian society with a dictator and police state, and basically even if you execute people on sight as soon as they do any kind of crime, even just, oh, you jaywalk, boom, shot dead. People will still commit crimes. It will never be stamped out. Okay, I'll bite. How will transcendence solve need?
Simple. When our minds and souls are contained in synthetic bodies, we will not need food. We will not need water. We will not need shelter. All the things that we humans rob, steal, and kill each other for are made completely obsolete. We will need the sun to power our batteries, and that's all. There will be nothing left to fight for. Everyone will have enough.
You say that, but there will still be people who want to rule over other people, if only for the very thrill of power, or to amass wealth because they can. And yeah, transcendence won't really solve that, will it? As long as free will exists, crime will never be solved. So transcendence, your transcendence, to solve it will have to eradicate free will. And again, I feel like that's one of the cores of humanity. I'm not willing to go down that path.
Isn't that a beautiful dream? Isn't that worth fighting for?
Yeah, no. So you would fight to end fighting, which sounds paradoxical, but sometimes, yeah, sometimes you have to fight to end fighting.
Isn't that what you do? But your method does not work. Mine will. So will you join me? Will you fight for the Transcendence future?
Can we actually join him if we choose to? That would be kind of interesting. I never thought I'd be saying this, but okay, we'll join you. Ooh. We'll fight for the right future, the Ranger future. I mean, not saying that the Ranger future is the best future, but I feel like it's the better future over Transcendence. Let's just say, what do we get for helping you win your future? Let's be greedy. Let's see if we can. Let's just see what he says.
You will be among the first to receive Transcendence and experience the ultimate upgrade. Your strength, speed, skill, and fighting capabilities will be improved 100-fold. You will become fighting machines of unparalleled power.
I kind of want to know what happens if you join him. I do have a save down in Swifties, right where we started, about 40 plus minutes ago. Jeez, okay, this... I completely lose track of time when I play this game. I think I'm definitely gonna say no now. But I am gonna load that up and just see what happens if we do join him. But for now, no, we're gonna fight for the right future, the ranger future, the better future.
Ah, I knew you were too thick-headed to convince. It's really too bad. Had you said yes, you might have spared your friends at Ranger Citadel. Now I'm afraid there's nothing you can do to save them. We fly to Arizona in a matter of days. How will you ever live with the guilt?
Uh-oh. Well, I'm just gonna have to hope that General Vargas and company can take care of themselves, because I have no way of getting to Arizona. We crashed with our helicopter. Anywho, I just want to see what happens. I'm gonna do a quick load, get back here, and then see what happens if we join him. Fighting machines of unparalleled power. He never specified when. So let's see what happens if we join him. I never thought I'd be saying this, but okay. We will join you.
Fantastic. You will not regret this, Rangers, I promise you. But before I can welcome you to the new Citadel with open arms, I must be sure you aren't lying. As a way to get close to me, you'll need to perform an act of loyalty first.
Sure, of course, that's only to be expected. And what act would that be? I'm gonna guess, destroy the Santa Fe base.
You know the town of Rodea. We require the meat and produce they grow to feed our troops until their synth bodies are ready to inhabit. But they have refused to pay our tithes. This must change. I want you to go there and kill whoever is in power, as well as any who resist you, and secure those crops and livestock for the cause.
So basically kill the entire town of Rodeo. Not Rodeo. Consider them killed, because they are. I already wiped out that town?
Thank you, Ranger. And welcome to the church, the new Citadel. Good luck, Ranger.
He makes it sound so nice and so moral, religious, coercive, noble. The liar.
What? Upgrade red suits. Sure. Help the girl in the tree. We did. Dangerous Beast, George and Martha, evidence of slavery. I do wish these would be in chronological order. Why did I get the updated? Join the children of the Citadel and achieve... We have secured... What? I mean, sure, we did kill... Is it because we killed the leather jerks? So they're kind of on our side. But we did say that we have to kill the majority of the people in Rhodia and any who oppose us in order to secure the crops for this. So this is basically... This is going down the evil line.
You have proved yourself loyal to the cause. Now you must prove yourself useful.
Securing Rhodia's crops wasn't useful?
In a small way. But there is another resource that will be even more useful to us. Due to the Angel Oracle, what you just did to Rhodia and your transcendence will be assured.
Feels like you're dangling the transcendence bait in front of me. So I can tell him to go to hell. Alright, we'll do it, but transcendence better be worth it.
It is. I promise you. Now, good luck.
But now he wants us to secure the Angel Oracle in the same way. I feel like he's just gonna have us do all this. And then once we manage to get down to the new citadel, through the rad wall, he's just gonna kill us. This might be interesting. I'm just gonna keep a save here, so I can go back, and maybe we'll do that once we beat the game. If we beat the game. Once we beat the game, maybe we'll just go back here and just see what happens if we follow this line. But for now, let's go back to the correct timeline. The good guys timeline. The Does It Ranger Future time. And here we are in the correct timeline. Going down to Los Feliz. And to find the broken mine. So I'm hoping you won't give me any problems. Just allow me through. Gather your squad and travel to Los Feliz. Yes. What are we gonna find on the other side of these gates? We find... Hey, do you have a pompadour? You have a pompadour too. You have a blonde pompadour. Can I have your pompadour? No, I kind of like my brown pompadour. What do I have here? Quite a smaller area. Jason, when it comes to... Okay. We have Jason, we have Edwin, we have woman, and we have woman, man. Let's go to Jason.
What an absolutely unremarkable little town.
Hey, welcome to Harms and Charms. Jason Zheng. Hi there, aspirants. If you're going into the gauntlet, you're gonna need an edge on the competition. Step right up and get some luck and some double-odd buck. Just tell me what you need. What are harms? Harms and Charms has a fine collection of premium-grade weapons for personal protection or spreading the word of God. Please have a look. What are charms? We carry all of the best Church of Salvation approved relics, icons, and amulets, guaranteed to keep you safe on the battlefield and in the gauntlet. No one who has ever purchased one of our charms has ever returned to complain that they were unsatisfied. Won't you try one? Yeah, I'm betting they haven't returned because they're dead. Sure, we'll see what you have to trade. Buy my junk. I have that. Hi, I want that. I want that. Oh, 1617. I'm gonna need to save up money. I'm gonna save up money to buy this stuff. Because these are good things. I already have one of these. These ones, I need these ones. Ooh. Oh, I definitely saw something I like. Jason, we're going back to Jason eventually. Just need to find a way to get a lot of scrap. We do have the job of finding the chips from Manny. Maybe we can take the chips, tell Manny we didn't find him, and then cash in the chips ourselves? No, that is a thought unworthy of the Rangers. Logbook updated. Welcome to Los Feliz, sinners. Why was my logbook updated? I wish that it would say how it was updated. Oh, we made it to Los Feliz, now to find Chris and the stolen casino. Chris? I don't remember anyone naming the King of Gamblers. Gambling King? Yeah, we should confront Schwag. We're gonna confront Schwag. We're just gonna try and find the broken man. But you also have a pompadour. Can I help you find your way around, sinners? Perhaps directions would help? Why did you call us sinners? We are all sinners, friend. It's just that some of us refuse to admit it. Alright, so how about some directions then? Why, certainly, sinner. Happy to oblige. Behind me to your left is Laban's Rest, an inn where folks who have traveled to worship at the tabernacle or join the church can stay the night. To your right is Harms and Charms, which sells both guns and official Christian trademark relics to keep you safe in battle. Up the road you'll find the James King Memorial Tabernacle, where the preachers of the Salvation Church speak the good word and bring lost sheep back to the fold. Beyond that you will find the Gate of the Sinner, the entrance to Griffith Park, and the Gauntlet of Samson, which leads up into the Green Hills to the Bastion of Faith, the Salvation Church's headquarters and sanctuary from the cares of the world. Tell me a little bit more about the Bastion. The home of the Church of Salvation, a pinnacle of faith that shines down upon the vile cancer of Hollywood like a beacon upon a cesspit. Also, it's our headquarters and barracks, a beautiful building from before the war. What about Griffith Park, Griffith Observatory? Tell me about Griffith. A wilderness of savage beasts and abominations. We keep it wild and untamed, as an allegory of the strife that besets a good man in this time of tribulations. I see. What about the Gauntlet of Samson? The Gauntlet is a trial of faith and strength through the wilds of Griffith Park. Those that complete it are welcomed as novices in the church and have freedom of the Bastion of Faith. Ooh, maybe that is the way we should go. If we can't just go there. Tell me about the Gate of the Sinner. The entrance to Griffith Park and the first gate in the Gauntlet of Samson. The brothers there will tell you more. Tell me about the Salvation Church, then. Do not listen to false prophets, sinners. The Salvation Church is the church of the truth. We preach that the pure and the good were swept up in the rapture on the eve of the apocalypse, and that those who survived the flames are the sinners who were left behind. It is mission of the church and its militant arm, God's militia, to save those poor sinners by bringing them back to Jesus, or cleansing them from the earth if they refuse to see the light. I mean, yeah. On the one hand, it kind of makes sense that the sinners who were left behind are to take care of the other sinners, but I mean, why would you? If you are the sinners, you're also here for all eternity, and if you cleanse them of sins, but if you cleanse them of sins, they can go to heaven, but you're still gonna commit sins, or then, but maybe that... Cults! What do you know about the James King Memorial Tabernacle? All are welcome to pray at the tabernacle and to hear the gospel of James King and Red Samson. What about Red Samson? The Red Messiah, who found the sacred VHS of James King and brought his wisdom back to this sorrowful world when it was needed the most. The founder of our church, and he who died for our sins. I think you got that confused with someone else. Oh, dude. What about James King? The prophet of the apocalypse, the writer of the James King Bible, and the spiritual father of our church. What about the harms and charms? I heard they have good guns. Top grade weapons and ammo and church approved relics and charms to help you survive the gauntlet of Samson. I highly recommend a stop there before you head up to the gates. Saved my bacon when I joined, I'll tell you that. Uh-huh. Can you tell us something about Laban's Rest? A fine establishment with clean beds and good food. And while the church believes drinking to be a sin, we do not begrudge sinners one last drink before going to the mountain. It's basically last rest and meal. For what was it, 4 out of 5 people? Do we want to join? I mean, we kind of want to join to get up there. But is this gonna be one of those of the Children of the Citadel things where we join and they're gonna tell us to do awful things? I mean, we can just not do it. I mean, I suppose we could also go back to the Children of the Citadel and just say that we want to join and then do stuff and then just not do the stuff, because we've already done the Rhodia stuff unwittingly. We just killed the leather jerks, put the proper people back in charge. So I guess if we had taken the side of the Robinsons in Angel Oracle, we would be done with that as well. Huh. Swipe that aside. Do we want to join? I mean, we can just say it and then not join. And then just not do it. I'm not gonna commit to that right now.
Hallelujah, brother.
Okay,
Praise the
Scotchman.
Lord, pass the bottle.
Of course. Because the game does like to kind of punish you for what you do. As we remember from the Ag Center. Sorry. When we tried to investigate a dude who was kind of tangled up in a few vines. In another timeline. Someday I'm gonna climb the mountain. Up the hill and through the gates, but you might get to heaven first. Okay, we get out to the Wasteland from here. And through here we find a handsome white marble building sits on the west side of the path, shrouded by trees. Marble columns line the front, interspersed with red banners depicting the hammer and book cross of the Salvation Church. There is a tall open door to one side and a well-fed priest standing in front of it. A sign on the roof reads, James King Memorial Tabernacle, but it looks like it is covering an older sign. Sure. We all know Samson was born to poverty, so many are these days. You find yourself in a large outdoor amphitheater? Filled with rows of weathered seats. A crowd of people sit and listen as a preacher in a blonde pompadour wig and a red polyester leisure suit booms out a sermon. The stage is lined with more red banners, and standing on one side of it is a Knight of the Gods militia, armed to the teeth. More knights patrol the perimeter of the seating area, so don't start shit. Are you the well-armed knights? I mean, I see the seats, and I guess kinda looks like an amphitheater, but still not. I have completely ignored your sermon. You're using a black pompadour, not a blonde pompadour. Oh, okay, these are armed.
Sweetheart, wherever the two of you raise a glass in fellowship, I am with you.
Okay. Is Scotchmo a little bit of a religious man? I'm not gonna listen to this. as I've already missed the first half of the sermon, there's no real use to tuning into the second half. We can learn something from the life of Samson. Doesn't matter how poor we were born, it doesn't matter how far we might have fallen into crime, madness, despair. Can't go further up. Samson was there, brothers and sisters, lower than you've ever been. By the grace of God he climbed, by the fire of his... yeah. It's all nice and dandy to have an inspirational story. But you need more than faith. Usually. You need a little bit more. Oh? I wish they would have used the Unreal Engine. Is inscribed into the plinth. Okay. I don't know who that is though. It's a female with a very cool gun. And is that a dig of themselves that they didn't use the Unreal Engine? Hell if I know. We are getting free skill. Seth just needed 1 skill point for the toaster. She now has 10 in toaster. She now has 10 in toasting. Woohoo. Can't get any better than that. So if we fail now on toastering, there's nothing we can do about it. I'm guessing this is the gate of the sinners. So we're not gonna go there quite yet. Yeah, Griffith Park. There's Laban's Rest. For some reason, I thought Laban's Rest was on this side. Can also go down here. Excuse me, sir. Where are your pants? Did you forget your pants? Give me Lord for I've sinned. Are you here for the gauntlets? Maybe. I'm trying to find the broken man. I'm the king of gamblers. Could be another just confirmation that I don't need the perception thing up. I haven't been inside Laban's Rest. Could be in there. A luchador belt. -2 speed. How about no? What? We just sell that one. This garish belt stabilizes the wearer, allowing them to focus their mass more easily, but also makes movement more difficult. That is a hunk of junk. Wait, this? Right, this is a knife. I'm gonna have to put that in my stash, just because it's cool. The Crocodile Dundee knife. I see a lot of trees. Can I go down? I can possibly go down here. Candy for my dead friend. I can't go down there. It is impossible for us fat rangers to squeeze between the trees. Self-serve laundry. Alright. Hi, Laban's Rest. Clean bed and good food? Chris? King of Gamblers is over there. Alex Bermudez. Who are you? Are you the broken man? Could you be the broken man? Our holy bullets are a Betel Eucharist, granting absolution. Who the hell wrote this horse shit? I like you already. A tall man with a bushy black beard and hair clipped near to the scalp. Huh? Oh, greetings, aspirants. Praise Samson. I was just, studying the James King Bible in preparation for my, testing in the gauntlets. Uh-huh. What do you know about aspirants? Yes, sir, that's me. I'm an aspirant. I just can't wait to fight my way up that mountain and start serving Jesus. You know about the gauntlet? The gauntlet is what I have to fight my way through to reach my my goal, which is to fight for Jesus. Yeah, praise Samson. You're an even worse liar than we are. So what do you think of this here Bible? I'm reading it right now. It's amazing. And amazing doesn't have to necessarily mean good. What do you know about James King? James King was a preacher. He wrote the James King Bible. He was great. So what do you know about Samson? Red Samson was the founder of the Salvation Church and God's militia. He found the James King Bible and no, I'm getting this mixed up. He found a tape of James King and had a revelation. That's it. So what were you calling horse shit? What's horse shit? Are you questioning my faith? I love the Salvation Church. There's no one who loves them more than me. Just okay. We're faking too, my friend. Really? You're not aspirants either? Oh, thank God. I thought I was dead. I guess I gotta work on my lying, huh? Why are you lying? I'm trying to save my brother. The militia took him for a slave a couple of months ago. Just scooped him up off the street. I told the dumb little punk to stay inside, but he... sorry, anyway, I've been working ever since to get enough guns and ammo together to go and get him. I guess I should have spent more time reading the Bible, huh? I mean, you could take along if you like. Well, I don't know what you guys are up to, but if you're against the church, then I'm with you. Sure. Thank you, you won't regret this. I might. Well, at least you're not an actual squad member, and your health sucks, my friend. I'm not gonna be able to keep you alive. You might actually come to blows immediately. Welcome, pilgrims, you bless this house. God damn it, doesn't this place have anything stronger than beer? This woman catches your eye. On closer examination, you notice that she appears to have a large Adam's apple and razor stubble on her cheeks. You begin to suspect that this just might be a man. I'm sorry, I don't talk to strangers. Please, go away. Yeah, isn't it dangerous dressing as a woman in a bar full of wannabe God's militia? That sounds like something they would kill you for because that's a sin. Are you implying that I'm a man? How dare you? I've never been so insulted in my life. No insult intended, I'm just kind of wondering if you got some kind of death wish. Shh, would you please just go away? Here, what if I pay you? I know it's not real money, but all you gotta do is take these poker chips to Manny's Chinese casino in Hollywood and cash them in. You'll get a fortune in scrap, I promise you. I do need scrap. You wouldn't by any chance be Chris the King of Gamblers, would you? What? How do you know that name? Who sent you? Manny? Oh, why can't that big bastard just leave me alone? I only took the chips I was owed. Tell him to go fuck himself. Wait, why do you call Manny a bastard? Seems like he's the injured party over here. Manny's a liar. Those chips are mine by right. Sure, I stole them. But that's only because Manny used a crooked roulette wheel to rob them from me in the first place. I'd won big, and I mean big, in poker one night, but when I tried to leave, Manny suggests I play the roulette. And by suggests, I mean he twists my arm behind my back and tells me to bet it all on black. Well, of course it comes up red, so next night I went back and staged a fight and took back my chips. As far as I'm concerned, we're square now. And you can go tell Manny to fuck himself. I mean, yeah, kinda played some rounds against a blackjack dealer and they came up with 21 each and every time, so I am actually inclined to believe you. Because I think that basically everyone in the HCC is corrupt. Alright, seems like I have a point. Keep your chips. Thank you, strangers. It's so refreshing to meet folks with a sense of honor in this dark, dark world. I mean... It will kind of be a hit to my integrity if I take this payout. But I do need the scrap. But again... I'm not gonna reveal your dress-uppedness anyway, so no. It's the right thing to do, and sometimes doing the right thing sucks ass. Oh, because you don't get paid. Oh, what's this now? House of Pies menu. That put me over the edge. Okay. House of Pies over there. Beautiful images of scrumptious looking food adorn this laminated sheet. Burgers, shakes, club sandwiches, and oh so many pies. Well, oh thank you. What's ooh. Books. The Griffith Observatory, a history. Sure. Famed philanthropist Griffith J. Griffith donated over 3,000 acres of land to the city of Los Angeles in 1896. Previous to this, this land was part of a Spanish settlement known as Rancho Los Feliz, staying with the Feliz family for generations until Griffith purchased it. Purchased it or purchased it? Griffith's intent was to give the great city of Los Angeles a great park, one that would provide rest, relaxation, and diversion to the masses. The donation was accepted by the city and named Griffith Park in honor of the donor. Griffith also donated $100,000 to the city to build an observatory, exhibit hall, and planetarium on the land. The objective was to make the observatory accessible to all and free to the public. Nice. Griffith believed that looking at the skies would bestow an enlightened perspective to any man. I mean, the actual night sky is supposed to be, I say, because I've never seen it myself, supposed to be beautiful, but all the light pollution from the cities kind of makes it impossible for us to see unless we go out into very remote areas and look up at the night sky and see the beautiful of the universe and the Milky Way. I still want to see that one of these days. It's no wonder that people had such a sense of wonder about the universe when they could just look up at the night sky and see all that. I do feel / think that maybe, just maybe, we have lost a little bit of sense of wonder about the universe and our place in it, thanks to not being able to see the true night sky anymore. Because most of us do live in cities, and we can't see shit except for a few stars now and then. It's getting worse, I think. Most of the sky is probably gonna vanish, because we just keep spreading out and spreading more and more light. And soon enough, probably not, if it continues, we're probably not gonna be able to see in the night sky from basically anywhere in the world, I guess, unless we go into the just smack dab middle into the Pacific Ocean and look up. Then maybe. But yeah. So sad. The initial plans were laid in 1912 with Griffith's involvement, but became bogged down in political infighting, of course. As Griffith's health began to falter in 1916, he left the project but bequeathed a sizable amount of his wealth to the city in his will, earmarked for the construction of the observatory as well as a Greek theatre. The plan forged ahead after Griffith's death in 1919, and architect John C. Austin's design went into construction on June 20th, 1933. A major earthquake hit Long Beach just as construction began in March 1933, leading to the decision to build a sturdier yet still beautiful building. The project was finished 2 years later, the observatory and accompanying exhibits opening to the public on May 14th, 1935, and saw more than 13,000 visitors in its first 5 days. Among the original exhibits were a Foucault pendulum? Foucault pendulum? Sure. A 30-foot diameter model of a section of the moon, a 12-inch Zeiss refracting telescope as the public telescope, and a 75-foot wide theater intended to hold the planetarium projector. During the Second World War, Griffith Park was temporarily converted to a Japanese internment camp. Many of the employees of the Griffith Observatory were called into service in 1942. While the planetarium was used in training squadrons of naval aviators to navigate by stars. The observatory would also go dark at night for fear of its lighting being used to target the city. In the 1960s, the planetarium was renewed and repaired and used in the training of astronauts in the Apollo space program on star identification and celestial navigation. In the 1970s, laser light programs were a popular draw in the planetarium theater, set to either classical music or to rock artists such as Pink Floyd. Later in the 1970s, it became clear that the observatory was beginning to show signs of age, and plans and work have been ongoing ever since to repair and fortify the structure. The observatory continues to be a popular attraction and is looking at many more years of fulfilling Griffith's vision of entertaining and elucidating the masses. And then it was taken over by a crazy cult who wants to kill everyone. Because everyone's a sinner. Anywho, we got a little bit done. We're going to leave this episode here and continue next time. See if we found the King of Gamblers. Now we just need to find the Broken Man. Then we're gonna make our way to the Bastion of Faith. Eventually, we're gonna do the stuff here, go back to Hollywood, see if we stir things up, and then we go into the Bastion. But for now, thank you for sticking around and watching. I appreciate it very much. Please take care of yourself, stay kind, and I hope I see you again next time. Bye for now.